averaged over all directions. So this is radiation intensity averaged over all directions. The average radiation intensity is equal to the total power radiated by the antenna divided by 4 pi. The average radiation intensity is equal to the total power radiated by the antenna divided by 4 pi. If direction is not specified, the direction of maximum radiation intensity is implied. If the direction is not specified, that means if they don't mention find d in theta, giving a specific value of theta and phi, you have to find what d naught value. That is the maximum value of d. If they don't specify theta and phi in the problem, then you have to find out d naught. That is implied that d naught is being asked in the problem. If they don't specify, find d at theta and theta and phi, given some value for theta and phi, then it means that d naught is being asked. It is implied that d naught is, you should find out d naught. If theta and phi is not given, it means that you have to find d naught. So directivity of non-isotropic antenna is equal to the ratio of its radiation intensity in a given direction over that of an isotropic source. So directivity of a non-isotropic antenna is equal to the ratio of its radiation intensity in a given direction over that of an isotropic source. Isotropic source has a direct radiation intensity of U naught. So D is equal to U by U naught. D is equal to U by U naught. If the direction is not specified, direction of maximum radiation is implied. Direction of maximum radiation. So there you have to find out D max. What is that? D max is nothing but D naught. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Am I fast?
No, sir, this is fine.
This is fine. Okay. We'll go to the next slide. Okay. Okay. P in dBs. Okay. This you can skip this slide. This is not so important. We are not discussing in terms of voltage. Okay. We are not discussing. So you can skip this slide. I'll go to the next slide. Okay. D is a directivity. It is dimensionless because it is ratio of radiation intensities. D naught is the maximum directivity dimension. U is the radiation intensity watts per unit solid angle. U max is the maximum radiation intensity. U naught is radiation intensity of isotropic source, isotropic antenna. P rad is radiated power. So, I told you electric field can have ER, E theta and E phi components. But in the far field, I told you that ER component will be negligible. That means close to zero. ER component will be close to zero. So, electric field is one second, let me see. Okay. So we'll see how we get this expression. See, electric field has ER component, E theta component, and E phi component. So electric, you take the square of each term and take the square root. That's why you find the magnitude of E. since ER is 0, it is I think I have to explain one more thing before going to this slide. Let us see if it is there before I'll just come to that. Some slides are missing in this. I don't know now suddenly. One second, give me time. Okay. Okay, U is power per unit solid angle. So it is 1 second and just take a pen. U is equal to, we have seen R square into W rate. I hope all of you remember this. U is equal to R square into W rate. Okay. Now what is W rate? Half into real part of E cross H star. Real part of E cross H star. Okay, half into real part of E cross H star. Okay, now we know that in free space H is equal to E divided by eta. You are not getting? Hello? Any doubts? Should I explain what I didn't hear? Whatever. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir, but I think the recording has stopped.
Recording is not fine? Oh, sorry, recording is not on. I'll just turn on the recording. 1 second. Give me time. recording is on, no? It's on already.
So now it is on.
Okay, it was on. Okay. Okay, now, so have you understood the previous slide? Last two slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now last class we have studied U is equal to R square into W rate. Have you understood that point? U is equal to R square into W rate is equal to half into R square into real part of E cross H star. Sorry, 1 second. Half into R square into half into R square into half into real part of E cross S star. W rate is what? Half real part of E cross S star. Now what is H? H is equal to E by eta. So H star will be
Slide is not visible, sir. Excuse me,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah.
The slide is not visible, sir.
Slide?
The slide is not visible, sir.
Oh. Let me see. Is it visible now? Hello?
No, sir.
Slide is not visible?
No, sir.
Now, is it visible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, it's not
Okay.
visible.
Hello?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah, now it can.
Hello? Yeah? So
Yes, sir.
radiation intensity U is given by R square into W rate. So R square into half into real part of E cross S star. Now H is given by E by eta. In EMW seen that H in free space is given by E by eta. Eta is the intrinsic impedance of the media, free space. Now H star will be E star by eta. Eta is real, okay? It is not complex. So H star will be E star by eta. So E cross E star will be magnitude of will be. So you will get U as 1 second. So you will get U as R square by 2 eta into E square. Have you got this? Have you got this expression? U is equal to R square by 2 eta into E square. Hello, that's very important to know. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is E square? E square is E theta square plus ER square plus E phi square. ER square plus E theta square plus E phi square. So that is being discussed here. Okay. Now ER component is not shown here because ER component, I said, in the far off region, in the far fields, ER is 0, almost 0. So now this he has shown E theta naught of theta phi. Actually, E theta is function of R theta and phi, and E phi is function of R theta and phi. But the R dependence, how R varies, e raised to power of R varies as e raised to power of 1 second. R varies as e raised to R dependency. I told you e raised to power of minus JKR by R. Okay. Have you understood this? R dependence is e raised to power of minus JKR by R. Last class I told you. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
So what is the magnitude of e raised to power of minus JKR? That is 1. Magnitude of e raised to power of minus JKR is 1. And R square will come in the denominator. This R square will cancel with this R square. So R is removed from the expression. See r square, here there is a r square and there is a r square at the bottom also, both the terms. E raised to the power of minus j k r, maximum value is 1. So that its maximum value is 1, e raised to the power of minus j k r. The magnitude part of e raised to the power of minus j k r is 1. Okay. Okay, so have you understood this expression? This expression? Hello? Have you understood this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Just tell me if you are not understood. Have you understood this? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, you raise it now because later on you will not understand if I tell. So how this r square gets cancelled and how you get this expression you understood, no? E theta naught, it is r, so that r where dependence is removed, is taken out. So that's why it is theta and e theta naught theta of phi. Now what is e theta naught? So see, I'll just 1 second. E theta of r theta and phi, e theta is equal to e raised to the power of minus jkr jkr by r into e theta naught of theta phi. I think with this it will be clear to you. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
So that's why r square gets eliminated. And the maximum value of e raised to the power of minus jkr is 1. Maximum value of magnitude of e raised to the power of minus jkr is 1. Okay. So you get e theta naught square, e theta naught of theta phi square and e phi naught of, similarly, e phi of r theta phi is e raised to the power of minus jkr by r, e phi naught of theta phi. Have you understood this? This is very important to understand. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So U is equal to U, it has two components, U theta and U phi. The radiation intensity due to theta component and the radiation U theta is the radiation intensity due to theta component and U phi is the radiation intensity due to phi component. ER component will be nearly 0 in the far field. I told you, we will see that in the one of the chapter when we derive the expression for E, we will see that ER component is very close to 0. Okay, this is a very important slide. I hope all of you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next slide. So period is U of theta phi sin theta d theta d phi. So U has two components. If you take the theta component of E and phi component of E, U theta plus U phi into sin theta d phi. Theta is equal to 0 to pi and so this expression you follow. So U of theta phi has two components, U theta and U phi. So this is the elemental solid angle sin theta d phi 0 to pi and 0 to 2 pi. You will get total, this will totally enclose the antenna. So it will capture the total power. So D is equal to period by 4 pi U of theta phi. D is the directivity. So 4 pi into U of theta phi, U of theta plus U phi, U theta and U phi. So this, it has, so you have a d theta component and a d phi component. D theta and d phi are the partial directivities. d theta and d phi are the partial directivities. Have you understood this? Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So u is equal to u of theta plus u phi. D naught is equal to d theta plus d phi. So d theta is given by 4 pi u theta period of theta. Since we are computing total power, we have to compute both of this, period due to theta component and period due to phi component. Okay, since this is the total power, period due to theta component and period due to phi component. Okay, so d phi also 4 pi u phi, period of theta component and period of phi component. Any questions? Period of R component will not be there. Period of R component will not be there. Is it okay? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now he has given an example. W rate is equal to AR, A naught sin theta by R square. Find the directivity. Now how do you find out? Period. In the last class we have done this period. We have seen this example. So you find period from W rate. So you can find out that W rate into elemental area integration. So all of you know that. So you have this expression, U is equal to R square W rate. We have seen that. So it will be R square into W rate. W rate is given here. So A naught sin theta. U max is A naught sin theta. When do you get a maximum? When theta is equal to 90 degrees. So it is value is A naught, U max. D naught is 4 pi U max by period. Okay. So you get 1.27. So then you take 10 log of this. 10 log. Not 20 log. So you get 1.038 dB. So in the when numerical is asked, you have to express both in a number as well as in dB. Okay. So what is the expression for D? D in any arbitrary direction is D naught sin theta. Okay. Why D naught sin theta? Because D is given by U by U sin theta. U by period into 4 pi. U is what? D naught sin theta. U is D naught sin theta. And okay. So is it understood? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is a very important problem to find the directivity of an antenna.
Excuse me, sir.
So yes.
So can you explain again how we got D naught sin theta?
Okay. So how do we get the do you know the expression for D?
Yes, sir.
D is equal to 4 pi. Sorry, 4 pi. Yes, 4 pi into U by period. Right? No.
Yes, sir.
So it is 4 pi into U. U is A naught sin theta. A naught sin theta. See here. U is equal to A naught sin theta. This expression. Sin theta by period. What is period? Period is pi square into A naught. Pi square into A naught. See this one. This is almost similar to this expression. 4 pi A naught. So that's why you get 1.27 sin theta. D is equal to, this gives value 1.27. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
4 by pi. 4 by pi is 1.27. So D is equal to D naught sin theta. When do you get D naught? When sin theta is equal to 90 degrees. This value becomes 1 and you get get D naught, maximum value of directive gain. It's called directive gain. So D naught is called directivity. D naught is called directivity and D is called directive gain. So D is D naught sin theta from this expression. So it is 1.27 sin theta. D naught is 1.27 here. See here. D naught is 1.27 and D is equal to D naught sin theta 1.27 sin theta. Can I go to the next slide? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Another example, sin squared theta. Now, which should sin theta and sin squared theta, which should have more directivity? Sin theta and sin squared, W rate is sin theta or sin squared, which should have more directivity?
Sin square
Sin
theta.
square.
Yeah, you can verify that now.
Sin squared.
See, W rate is given here, AR hat of A naught sin squared theta R square. So how do you find P rate? How do you find P rate? You know the expression? P rate, W rate into elemental area, limits of theta, theta is equal to 0 to pi and theta is equal to phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi. You get P rate as 8 pi by 3. P rate as 8 pi by 3. Have you understood?
Yes.
P rate. Yes, okay. Then how do you find U? U is equal to R square into W rate. A naught sin squared theta. Then you find U max. U max is the direction of maximum radiation. So when do you get this maximum? When theta is equal to pi by 2. So U max is A naught. So D naught is equal to 4 pi U max by P rate. Okay. 8 pi by 2, 4 pi A naught. So 1.5. So if you convert into dB, 10 log 1.5, 1.761. So D is equal to D. D is directive gain. Directive gain is in any direction. Directivity is the maximum value of directive gain. That is D naught. Directivity is the maximum value of directive gain. So it is 1.5 sin squared theta. Have you understood? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You have understood.
Yeah. Now what is P rate by 4 pi is directivity, P rate by 4 pi is the radiation intensity of an isotropic source radiating the same amount of power. Now P rate by 4 pi is the radiation intensity, P rate by 4 pi is the radiation intensity of an isotropic source radiating the same amount of power. Now what is the value of D for an isotropic source? What is the value of D for an isotropic source? What is the value of D for an
1.
isotropic source?
1.
1. So D naught is also 1 for an isotropic source because the pattern is same in the uniform. That means power radiated is uniform. So D is equal to D naught is equal to 1 for an isotropic source. Okay. So higher the value of directivity, more directional the antenna is. Higher the value of directivity, the antenna is more directional. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So directivity is used to measure the how directional the antenna is. So directivity can tell how directional the antenna is. Okay. Can I go to the next slide?
Sir,
Yes.
how did we get 1.5 for D naught?
See here, 1.5. Have you got it?
Yes, sir, but we have in the numerator 4 pi A naught, and how did we cancel A naught, sir?
Period is
Sir.
what?
Sir, I think power radiation you have written wrong. It's 8 pi by 3 A naught.
Yes, yes. It is A naught is missing there. Yes, it is mistake in the slide. Sorry, I'm sorry. A naught is missing here. It is a mistake in the slide. Okay, sorry. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we can't hear you, sir.
Good here. So, okay, can you see this slide? So here shown u is equal to sine squared theta pattern and u is equal to sine theta pattern. This is u is equal to sine theta. This is equal to u is equal to sine squared theta. The inner pattern is u is equal to sine squared theta. This is a omnidirectional pattern. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next slide. So we can ignore this slide. This is not required. This is when the value becomes 1 equal to isotropic value. D naught sine theta equal to 1. Okay, that is not required. That is not important. Okay, so here given some expression for u. One is a naught sine theta, a naught sine squared theta, a naught sine cube theta. So he has given the equivalent P rate for this. P rate for all these cases. Okay, so this is the isotropic source because it is uniform in all directions. So this is an infinitesimal dipole. We are yet to come to this. We'll see that later. And this is for a lambda by 2 dipole. We'll see that later again. Not important now. So this is D value for each of all the cases for different cases. For isotropic, it is D naught. For second this thing case, it is D naught sine theta. For the third case, it is D naught sine squared theta. For the fourth one, it is D naught sine cube theta. Okay. So now infinitesimal dipole. So what it is a dipole antenna. You have seen what is a dipole antenna? You know what is a dipole antenna? It's an antenna like this. L by 2 on the upper side and L by 2 wire antenna. L by 2 upper side and L by 2 bottom. So the length L is less than lambda by 50. Lambda is the wavelength. Is given by C by F. Lambda is given by. So what will be a dipole antenna if length is less than or equal to lambda by 50? It is called an infinitesimal dipole. The radiation intensity for that dipole is A naught sine squared theta and directive gain is 1.5 sine squared theta. Okay, this is an example. We will see that later. This is just an example. So infinitesimal dipole is L is less than or equal to lambda by 50. Lambda is the wavelength given by C by F. For that antenna, U is given by A naught sine squared theta and D is given by 1.5 sine squared theta. Can I go to the next slide? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now this is a lambda by 2 dipole. You know what is lambda by 2? Length of the antenna length of the dipole antenna is lambda by 2. L, okay. And for this antenna, U is given by A0 sine cube theta and D is given by 1.67 sine cube theta. If this U is given, you can find what is D. If U is given, you know how to find D. You can find out by using the formula 4 pi U by U period. So this is not important. Okay, 3-dimensional directoid. Okay, here now, this is what I explained to you earlier. E of r theta phi is AR cap E r theta phi, A theta cap E theta r theta phi, A phi cap E phi r theta phi. H of r theta phi is AR cap HR r theta phi, A theta cap H theta r theta phi plus A phi cap H phi r theta phi. Now in the far field, this part is small, so it is nearly equal to 0. So this is the expression. Okay. So you should have given this expression earlier, explanation earlier. That's why I had to write the equation. So now it is being given here. So you understand this. W rate is equal to half into real part of E cross S star. So A theta E theta have E theta plus A phi cap E phi star into H theta H phi. So have you got this?
Yes.
Have you got this? Hello? Have you got
Yes,
this?
sir.
Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what I explained earlier. E theta of r theta phi is E theta naught theta phi e raised power of minus j k r by r. Because r dependence is given like this. Electric field is inversely proportional to r. Now this is the delay factor for the wave to travel from the antenna to that specific point. E raised power of minus j k r is the phase delay. Is the part contributing for the phase delay. Okay. And electric field is inversely proportional to distance. So 1 by r. So these are the different terms. So this is what I explained earlier. E theta is eta into H phi, r theta phi. E phi of r theta phi is minus eta H theta r theta phi. You know why minus? Minus eta? Why minus eta? Any idea? Don't know?
Sir, is it because there is a 180-degree phase delay or something?
No, it is not like that. I'll just tell you. See, power is E cross H. So if you write AR cap, A theta cap, A phi cap, see. Now here ER is 0. E theta is 0. You consider this expression. Only E phi is there. E theta is 0. E phi is there. E phi. So E phi and HR is 0. H theta is there. H theta is there. And H phi is 0. Consider this part. Okay. H phi is 0. So when you take E cross H, AR into 0 into 0 minus E theta into H phi, minus sign comes. So power is flowing in the positive R direction. So one of them should be minus. Either E theta or E phi, H theta or E phi should be minus. That's why you are taking minus sign here. Okay. When the power has to flow in the positive R direction, see here AR into 0 minus H theta into E phi. So since that means power is flowing in the minus, if it is minus, power is flowing in the minus R direction. that cannot happen because power should flow outward. Power cannot flow in the minus R direction. So one of these should be minus. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go to the next slide. So eta is square root of mu by E. This you have seen in EMW. Intrinsic impedance of the media, wave impedance. Okay, mu by E. It is ratio of electric field by magnetic field. Mu by E. Okay. So this is the expression for AR. So theta cross A phi cap, A phi cross A theta cap. So these are the expression for A phi. So W rate is equal to AR cap into 1 by 2 eta real part of E theta R theta phi whole square. This you know. Okay. R square gets cancelled here. Sorry, there is no R square here. It's not U. W rate is so real part of E cross S star is nothing but this. Real part, half into real part of E cross S star is this expression. So this you understood. So this also you know. So any questions on this? Just go through this slide. Any questions you have? This I already explained to you. Go through this slide. Any questions you have? Follow line by line. If you don't understand, you let me know. I'll explain. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
I'll go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Far field. Now you can write U as B naught F of theta phi is equal to U theta plus U phi. So R square by 2 eta. This again, we have discussed this already. U is given by R square into W rate. This is W rate. Okay. So E of the R theta phi is e raised to power minus j k r by r E theta naught theta phi. So this is the expression for U. You can write U as B naught F of theta phi. B naught is a constant. We'll see that later. Can I go to the next slide? This is nothing.
Yes, sir.
So these expressions already been discussed. So there is nothing new in this. You can follow this. These are for far field. These are for far fields. So again, you know this. There is nothing to discuss here. You already studied this. Okay. Now U of theta phi can be written as B naught F of theta phi. D is equal to 4 pi U of theta phi by P rate. D naught is equal to 4 pi U max by P rate. U max is equal to U of theta phi max is equal to B naught F max theta theta m and phi m, which gives the maximum value of direction for U max. Theta m and phi m is the direction where U is U max. Okay. So P rate, so you will follow this easily. U of theta phi d omega. So this expression and this expression, you will follow this. This is U max. This is U max. So any questions on this? Now B naught will cancel out. Any questions on this? I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. D naught is given by 4 pi. Now period. If you see the previous this thing slide, period is given by this. So that D naught expression for D naught turns out to be like this. Okay. So now f of theta phi, f max of theta m phi m is written as fn of theta phi. Normalized value. This is dividing the value by maximum value. So that will give normalized value. So fn of theta phi sin theta, and that is given by omega A. Omega A is called beam solid angle. Beam solid angle. D naught is 4 pi by omega A. How do you get omega A? Integration of fn of theta phi d omega. Theta is equal to 0 to pi and phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi. Beam, it's called beam solid angle. Omega A is called beam solid angle. Okay. Is it fine? Beam solid angle expression fn of theta phi sin theta d theta d phi. How do you get fn? Fn is f of theta phi by f max of theta f max. Now how do we define beam solid angle? It is defined as the solid angle through which all the power of the antenna would flow if its radiation intensity is constant and equal to maximum value for all angles within omega A. For all angles within omega A. So let me repeat. Beam solid angle omega A, it is defined as the solid angle through which all the power of the antenna would flow if the radiation intensity is constant and equal to maximum value for all angles within omega A. Okay, is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now for antennas with one major lobe, beam solid angle omega A is approximately given by product of the half power beam width in two perpendicular planes. For antenna with only one major lobe, only one for antenna with one major lobe, beam solid angle omega A is given by product of half power beam widths in two perpendicular planes. Okay, we'll come to that. Omega is approximately given by. So now these are the two perpendicular planes you can see here. Omega A, this is omega A. Okay, so according to him, omega A is nearly equal to theta 1r into theta 2r. See, these are the two, one is this perpendicular plane, another is this perpendicular plane. both are, you will get theta. So half power beamwidth, you will get one theta 1r and theta 2r. So omega A is nearly equal to theta 1r into theta 2r in radians. Both should be theta 1r and theta 2r should be expressed in radians. Is it clear? Omega A is nearly approximately given by theta 1r into theta 2r. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do we find out theta 1r and theta 2r? It is a half power beamwidth in two mutually perpendicular planes. This is one plane. Both are vertical planes. You can see both are vertical planes. This is one vertical plane and this one vertical. These two planes should be perpendicular to each other. These two planes should be perpendicular to each other. So now this is a pattern. This type of pattern is called rotationally symmetric. Okay, if theta 1r and theta 2r are not equal, then it is non-symmetrical pattern. If theta 1r and theta 2r are not equal. If theta 1r is equal to theta 2r, it is called a symmetrical pattern. Okay, are you able to understand? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So omega, what is omega A? Omega is, you know, it is Fn of theta phi sin theta d theta phi integration. You know that, no? Expression for Fn of theta phi. You know how to find omega A. It is given here. See here. Omega A is Fn of theta phi sin theta d phi. So omega A. It is approximately given by theta 1r into theta 2r. Okay. Now this is called a symmetrical pattern. Theta 1r is equal to theta 2r. In the previous slide, it was non-symmetrical pattern. Theta 1r was not equal to theta 2r. Now, this type of pattern is called rotationally symmetric because if you vary theta phi, if you vary phi from 0 to 2 pi, the shape of the pattern will not change. Can you make out that? If you vary phi from 0 to 2 pi, the shape of the pattern will not change. It is called rotationally symmetric. Okay. Now, so omega A is given by Fn of theta phi sin theta d phi. Theta is equal to 0 to pi and phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi is approximately is given by capital theta 1r into capital theta 2r. What is capital theta 1r and what is capital theta 2r? What is capital theta 1r and what is capital theta 2r?
Half power beamwidth.
Yeah, half power beamwidth in two mutual perpendicular planes. Okay, two mutually perpendicular planes. So D naught. So you this is not new to you. D naught is equal to 4 pi by omega A. So this is approximately equal to 4 pi by, because omega is given by theta 1, capital theta 1r and capital theta 2r. So this is an approximate formula for directivity. So if you convert into degrees, 41,253 by theta 1 in degrees and theta 2 in degrees. So D naught is approximately given by 4 pi by theta 1r, theta 2r in radians. Okay. So this is 41,253 by theta 1 in degrees, theta 2. Any questions on this? Now this formula is called cross formula. This formula is called cross formula. This is the exact expression for directivity, exact formula. This is the exact formula. This is the approximate formula, and this formula is called by called as cross formula. Have you got it? So this is also cross formula, but it is converted into degrees. The angle is converted into degrees. Have you got it? Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
So we have seen two formulas for directivity now. One is this exact formula, one is this approximate formula, and this formula is now called cross formula. Now, and there is another formula called Thai and Pereira formula. Thai and Pereira formula. So it is given by this.
Sir, you're muted.
Excuse me, sir. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Sir, you're unmuted. Say you're muted.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now. You were muted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you understood this formula? This is called the exact formula. D naught is equal to 4 pi by omega A. Have you understood this? Hello? Hello? Hello?
So while you were explaining this, you muted all that while.
No, somebody, I didn't mute. Somebody did it. So I should have taken care of that. Okay, have you understood this? D naught is equal to 4 pi by omega A. Should I go back to that slide? Hello?
Sir, we understood 4 pi by omega A. After that, you explaining Thai and Pereira. That part you were muted, sir. So can you explain that again?
Yeah. So have you understood the cross formula? Cross formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now Thai and Pereira formula is another approximate formula. 4 pi by omega A. Omega that is given by this expression. 32 ln2 by theta 1 r square plus theta 2 r. This r means in radians. Okay. So it is given by this formula. 22.181 theta 1 r square plus theta 2 r square. Now, if you express in degrees, that get converted to this formula. It is easy. There is nothing. You don't have to know how we have got this expression, but this is what is given by the scientist Thai and Pereira. Okay. So this is an approximate. Hello. So this is the exact formula. This is the approximate formula. This is called Thai and Pereira formula. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know. Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
So there are three formulas. One is exact formula, one is cross formula, and one is Thai Pereira formula. Okay. Now he has given an example. U is given by B naught cos theta. Now the limits for theta is, he has given pi by 2. Between pi by 2 to pi, the value is 0. U value of, so that is the power. It is a unidirectional cosine pattern. What do you mean by unidirectional cosine pattern? See, it is like this, pattern is like this, cos theta, B naught cos theta. This is the pattern. On the other side, it is 0. On this side, it is 0. It is only for theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2, 90 degrees. Theta is equal to 0 to 90 degrees. B naught cos theta. On the other side, it is 0. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Have you got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, B naught cos theta is the pattern. Theta is 0 to pi by 2. Theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2. Phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. And from pi by 2 to phi, the pattern is 0. So it is like this on one side. If it is 0 to pi, then it would have been bidirectional cosine. This is unidirectional cosine pattern. On one unidirectional, one side, other side it is 0. Okay. So for this, how do you find D naught? So period is given by this expression. Now you can see here the integration limits. U sin theta d theta d phi. Theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2, not pi. Because pi by 2 to pi it is 0. Okay, this is pi by 2, not pi. 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 2. So you get B naught cos theta sin theta d phi. So this comes to be pi into B naught. Any questions on this? Have you understood till now?
Yes, sir.
So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to find out what is D naught for this pattern. What is the directivity? So we will find exact formula, we will find the approximate using the approximate formula. So this is P ray by B naught. Okay. Now can you tell me what is, just let us go to the next slide. Okay. Now cos theta is given. Find out theta 1 and theta 2 r. How will you find out? Theta 1 r and theta 2 r. So you have to find out, will it be equal? Theta 1 and theta 1 r and theta 2 r, will it be equal for this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is its value? So where the pattern beam width become half, cos theta value become half. What is it? 60 degrees, no? Cos 60 is half.
Yes, sir.
Cos 60 half, 60 degrees into 2. In radians you have to convert. That you have to 60 degrees into 2. That is 120 degrees in radians if you convert. What you will get? So this is using exact formula. D naught. Then theta h. So 60 degrees, that is pi by 3. So theta 1 r is equal to theta 2 r is equal to 2 pi by 3, 120 degrees. So using exact formula, you have got this value. D naught as 4, that is equal to 6.02 dB. How did you get this 6.02 dB? 10 log 4. 10 log 4 will give 6.02 dB. So this is using exact formula. By solving this value, this equation. By solving this equation, you get the exact directivity. U max by P rate. U max is B naught. Okay. So half power beam width as theta h is 60 degrees, theta 1 and theta 2 r is 2 pi by 3 or 120 degrees. Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so D naught using cross formula. See? And D naught using Thai-Pereira formula. Please go through. Have you understood every part of it? These are approximate formulas. These are approximate formulas. This is a very, very important topic in this chapter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, we'll go to the next slide. So cos to the power of n theta. This also, you have to cos, if you want to find out the half power beam width, theta half power points, cos n of theta h will be equal to half. So you have to solve like that. So I'll go to the next slide. This is easy. So he has given the formulas once again here, exact, cross and Thai-Pereira formulas. So we can skip this part. Okay, what I done till now was today is very, very important. Have you all understood that fully?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to try some problems or should I dictate give some problems?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see if I have one problem here. Just 1 second, please. Okay, can I dictate that problem now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For the given normalized radiation intensity, you can note down if you want. For the given normalized radiation intensity, find one. For the given normalized radiation intensity, find one exact directivity, and 2 half power beam width, half power HPBW in elevation and azimuthal plane. Okay, and the pattern is given as U is equal to sin theta sin square phi. U is equal to sin theta into sin square phi, and theta varies from 0 to pi and phi varies from 0 to pi. Both theta and phi vary from 0 to pi. Both theta and phi vary from 0 to pi. So find out the exact directivity and half power beam width in elevation and azimuthal plane. So first find exact directivity. So use the formula. So are you working on it?
Yes, sir.
So first find the formula. D naught is equal to four pi U max by P rate. U max is, what is the value of U max?
1.
U max is 1. How do you find the P rate? What is the limits of integration?
0 to pi both times.
Yeah, both 0 to pi. U of theta phi into sin theta d phi. So what you get as P rate? So P rate you get it as pi square by 4. P rate you get it as pi square by 4. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is D naught you get? D naught is equal to 16 by pi. 16 by pi is equal to 7.07 dB. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next fine. All of you, is it fine? Can we move to go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Half hour beam width in the two planes, elevation and azimuthal planes. What is elevation plane means? What do you mean by elevation plane? Elevation plane means
Sir, is it
phi
the
is equal to
plane?
constant. Phi is equal to constant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Phi is equal to constant. So what is the resulting expression? You take sine square phi as, you take u is equal to sine theta. U is equal to sine theta. You take u is equal to sine theta. Okay. Sine squared phi, you treat it as 1. Sine squared phi, because it is elevation plane. Okay. And find out what is theta h. Theta h is, so the pattern is sine theta like this. So in 30 degrees you get half power beam width, 30 degrees. So, sorry, half power point you get at 30 degrees. So half power beam width is 90 minus 30 into 2. Half power beam width is 90 minus, have you got it?
Yes, sir.
So find it in the azimuthal plane. So what you do is, in the azimuthal plane, you take u is equal to sine square phi. You take u is equal to sine square phi. You take sine theta as constant. So find the angle now. Sine square phi is equal to half. So what is the angle? What is the half power beam width? In the half power beam width in the azimuthal plane,
Sir, it's pi by 2.
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
All of you got it? So is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Can I give one more problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the power radiated by a lossless antenna is 10 watts. Sorry, not this one. Sorry, not this one, because I have not done that part. Let me just explain another problem. Okay. Given the radiation intensity of an antenna, given radiation intensity of an antenna, given the radiation intensity of an antenna, u of theta phi is equal to 1 for 0 less than theta less than 20 degrees. Given the radiation intensity of an antenna, u of theta phi is equal to 1 for 0 less than theta is less than 20 degrees. 0.342 cosecant theta, 0.342 cosecant theta for 20 degrees less than theta less than 60 degrees. For 0.342 cosecant theta for 20 degrees less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to 60 degrees, and 0 for 60 degrees less than theta is less than or equal to 180 degrees. And the variation of phi is from 0 to 2 pi. Variation of phi is from 0 to 2 pi. Find the directivity using exact formula. Have you noted down the problem?
Sir, it is 1 for which range?
Pardon me? It is 1 for 0 to 20 degrees. Theta is equal to 0 to 20 degrees. Phi varies from 0 to 2 pi for all the cases. 3 cases. Phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. And it is u of theta phi is equal to 1 for 0 less than theta less than 20 degrees. Phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. And u of theta phi is equal to 0.342 cosecant theta for theta between 20 degrees and 60 degrees. Phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. And u of theta phi is 0 from theta is equal to 60 degrees to 180 degrees. So can you solve this problem? Can you tell me the answer quickly? How will you find out? Use this formula. D naught is equal to 4 pi u max by P rate. Now, what is u max? Have you noted down the problem? Have you noted down the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is u max?
Sir.
What is u max?
Sir, it is 1.
Yes, 1. So between 20 degrees and 60 degrees, it will be less than 1. Between 20 degrees and 60 degrees, it will be less than 1. U max is 1. Find out period. When you do the integration for period, you have to split the integration 0 to 20 degrees, 20 degrees to 60 degrees, 60 degrees to 180 degrees, like that. Theta varies from 0 to 20 degrees. Theta varies from 0 to 20 degrees to 60 degrees, and theta varies from 60 degrees to 180 degrees. Phi will vary for all the 3 cases, 0 to 2 pi. So find the period, radiated power. What is the value period? Can you find out, all of you? Have you understood? Have you understood?
Yes, sir. Calculating.
What is period, you tell me?
Sir,
Yeah.
so is it 0.335 33 pi?
It is 1.879. Period is 1.879.
So I'm getting 1.06.
No. See, first that u into sine theta d theta d phi, 0 to 20 degrees you do. Just verify once again.
sir.
Hmm.
Suppose 0 to 20 sine theta, I'm getting 0.06.
And what is your getting in the second part? Your substitute in radians. Do you know that? No.
Yes,
Radians 20 to.
I've
Yes, sir.
substituted in radians.
Hmm. And phi varies from 0 to 2 pi, both the cases.
So I'm getting 1.8791.
Yeah, that's the right answer. That is the right answer. So all of you try it out. So D naught is 6.687 or 8.25 dB. D naught is 6.687 or 8.25 dB. Shall I go to the next problem?
Stop.
Got it, all of you?
Please repeat the answer to this one.
Pardon me?
So can you please tell the final answer to this question?
Okay. Period is 1.879 and D naught is 4 pi into 1 divided by 1.879 is 6.687 or 8.25 dB.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Take down one problem. An isotropic antenna is radiating in free space. An isotropic antenna is radiating in free space. At a distance of 100 meters from antenna, at a distance of 100 meters from antenna, the total electric field E theta is equal to 5 volts per meter. Equal to 5 volts per meter. Find part A, power density, W rad. Find part A, power density, W rad, W suffix rad. Part B, total power radiated, P rad. Total power radiated, P rad. It's very easy, find out. So how will you find part A, power density? So W rad is equal to half into real part of E cross S star. E cross H star is equal to half into half by 2 eta E theta square right now. E theta value is given to you there, 5 volts per meter. You take that as a peak value. So you don't have to remove half the 2. If E theta is the peak value, 5 volts per meter, eta you know 120 pi for free space. Eta is equal to 120 pi. The pattern is isotropic source. E theta is same in all directions. E theta, it's an isotropic source. E theta is same in all directions. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So what is the value? E has only E theta component. ER and E phi components are 0. So this is equal to AR cap. Since the power flows in the AR direction, AR cap, so it is 0.03315 watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. All of you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Next, solve the next part. Total power radiated.
So how did we get this answer?
Yeah, half E theta square by eta. You will get this answer. W rate is half real part of E cross S star.
So what did you said the value was for eta in free space?
Eta is 120 pi. You have studied in EMW for free space, 120 pi. 120 pi eta for free space.
Yes, sir.
That you have to remember always. Got it, all of you? So part B, total power radiated. How will you find out? W rad dot ds. W rad into 4 pi r square. Have you got it? P rate. Since it is isotropic antenna, P rate is W rad into 4 pi r square. Because it is radiating uniformly in all directions. What is R?
100, sir.
100 meters. So you get answer as 4.4165.75 watts.
Sir, I'm getting 4.17.
Okay, that's fine. 4165.75 watts, right now. 100 meters distance. Okay, can I give one more problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take down this problem.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is it in?
Is it in?
Sir, I'm getting the answer in kilowatts. Same number, but it's in kilowatts.
Meter square. I think for 4.16 kilowatt phone 7, something like that.
Yes, sir.
I'll give one more problem. Just wait 1 second. The power radiated by a lossless antenna is 10 watts. The power radiated by a lossless antenna is 10 watts. U is given as B naught cos cubed theta. Watts per steradian. U is for that antenna. U is given by B naught cos cubed theta. Watts per steradian. And theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. Phi varies from 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. Theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. And phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. Find a maximum power density at a distance of 1000 meters. Find the maximum power density at a distance of 1000 meters. Specify the angle where this occurs. Specify the angle where this occurs. The directivity of antenna in dB. Directivity of antenna. Part B. Find the directivity of antenna in dB. Okay. Instead of saying 0 to theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2, they may also say the pattern is a unidirectional pattern. Unidirectional cosine pattern, cos cubed pattern. Okay. If they say unidirectional, that means it is 0 to pi by 2. Theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2. So here said theta is equal to 0 to pi by 2. So it means a unidirectional pattern. So solve this. So first he has given period. Use the value of period. Find the B naught. You have to find B naught in this. He has given period. Period as 10 watts. Period as 10 watts. So find the period. Sorry, find period is given. Find B naught.
Excuse me, sir.
You know how to solve cos cube theta, sin theta, d theta, d phi. You can use cos theta is t. And
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
So can you send these questions in a on a separate slide after the class?
Yes, I'll send it.
Also, sir, which book can be referred to if you want to practice these sums, these problems?
Balanis, antennas.
Yes, sir.
I'll send in the evening. Okay, the problem. Numerical. So have you noted on the problem? All of you? Noted down the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First find B naught. Tell me what is it? Period he has given. Use the formula for period.
Sir, I'm getting 6.366.
Yes, very good. Yes. Next, go to the second step. Find the maximum power density at a distance of 1000 meters. Specify the angle where this occurs. So you write the expression for W rate. W rate is U by R square. W rate. All of you are getting me? For part B, W rate here, W rate is equal to U by R square. We have derived this equation. W rate is U by R square. Okay. You have to derive the expression for B naught. B naught you have found out. B naught. So U by R square. R we have given 1000 meters. So what is the expression for W rate? 6.366 into 10 raised to the minus 6 cos cube theta. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So when this maximum occurs at what direction? In what direction it maximum occurs?
Vertically upward, theta is equal to 0.
Is 180 degree valid? 180 degree?
No, sir, because there U doesn't exist.
Yeah, U doesn't exist. So only theta is equal to 0 degrees. And the value is 6.366 and 10 raised to the minus 6 watts per meter square. Cos theta is 1. Cos squared theta is cos cube theta is 1. Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So now find D naught. D naught, how will you find out? D naught is equal to, just find the directivity of the antenna. D naught. When he has not specified the direction, you take it as the direction of maximum radiation. That is D naught. D is directive gain. D naught is directivity. Directivity is the maximum directive gain is directivity. Direction of maximum radiation. So D naught is 4 pi U max by period. You found out that. How much? 4 pi U max by period. How much?
Sir, we get 8
Yes,
or 9.03 dB.
Yes, 8 or 9.03 dB. That's right answer. So all of you are thorough with this now. This is a very, very important topic in this chapter. Is it clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will. So next week, Friday and Saturday, after the class, after the regular class, we will have the assignment and quiz on one day. We'll have assignment on one day and quiz on the other day. One day, Friday, we may have assignment and quiz on the Saturday. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. And what will be the portion, sir?
Portion, whatever is covered till that day time, whatever we cover. We have already missed it, the deadline for this. Yes. Hello. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether I can continue now. Let me take attendance now. Okay. So what is the time now? Can we continue? Hello. So shall we? You have class after this?
No, sir, but sir, some students left.
Okay, okay. Then we will continue next class.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. If you have any doubt, questions?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.